JFR, what's up, kid? All right, I'm gonna make this quick because I have a tendency to be long-winded. All right. I realize you may feel like you lost the past 5 to 6 weeks of your life, right? And understandably so. You may look back on it in the future and feel like, in retrospect, and feel like it was unfortunate. But I want to reassure you that if there was ever a 5 to 6 week period in your entire life that you should absolutely, unequivocally not feel bad about losing, this would be it. And I'm sure everyone would agree. From coronavirus to the protests to the riots, just to the darkness that seems to be looming over humanity at the current moment, you're not missing much. All right. The second thing I want to say is that I always knew you guys went to martial arts, but that's not fighting. This is fighting, what you're doing right now. Fighting against your own desire to stop fighting, and that sort of deep psychological and physical tussle, that's true fighting. And to that extent, how could we all not be in awe of what you're doing? I think it's safe to say that most, if not all of us, under those circumstances and those dire predicaments on a day-to-day basis, would have opted for the easy route, but not you. And you may ask yourself, so why do you guys care? I don't know what to tell you. We just do, and just to know that we're able to provide a person with some semblance of genuine emotional support in their most difficult circumstances in their life, I'm sure that fills all of us with joy. Just for me personally, I know it does. And you know how I feel about your brother. He's my brother too. So if he's my brother, that makes you my sister, and I have a lot of love for Joe as well, as you know, and not only him, but Monica, Priscilla, Jotty, the whole clan, and so it hurts to see that you guys are hurting. But as I've told you guys for years, when I see Bella, there's this innocence and there's like unspeakable serenity and purity that I see in her that is so needed in this world, as is evident by the current times. And that kid, there's a sparkle about that kid, and to think that sparkle will be even slightly altered in a negative manner because of the lack of having or not having her mom in her life, even from a distance, that's too much for me to bear. And so that's why we're all here, and that's why when I pray, like in the beginning, when I prayed like to God, and then after that I wanted to skip the middleman and speak to you directly, and kind of tell you not to even consider throwing in not to even fathom the notion of throwing in the towel, because just considering that makes you sort of subconsciously head in that direction. And I always think like, well, when she feels bad, I want to ask her like, hey, do you remember any of us trying to communicate with you? And maybe you won't, but I feel like there's a part of you that hurt us, And the last thing I want to say to Joe, like, Joe, man, like, I feel like in these moments, this is when individuals are truly defined, when the person that you chose as your life partner is in a life or death situation with limited options, and not only what you do but how you do it. And to that extent, you're doing a phenomenal job, my brother. And everything that you're doing is being recorded in the book of life. And I just want to tell you guys, like, I have love for you guys. I respect you guys. I honor you guys. And I think I speak for everybody when I say that it's our pleasure to do this. And I hope, I'm assuming you can't see this, but if you can listen to it, I hope that you just understand how much we care and how much we want you to be okay, and we want you to return to your role as your rightful role as the matriarch of that family, and you guys continue as a whole unit, So love and respect, and we hope to see you guys soon. All right, later.